This podcast.
Welcome to this.podcast. I'm your friendly host, Jay, joined by my friends, the Chocolate Boys in the building. We got Mr. Chocolate on my right, Uncle Damo. And we got Sweet Chocolate, Sexy Chocolate on the left. Let's get it right. Cole, he's in the building. Sexual Chocolate. How you feeling, y'all? It's a nice day. It was hailing. No, it was raining earlier.
Just a little bit out of my place.
Just a little bit?
Just a nice little
Yeah, not too much. Not too much rain there.
Enough for me not to water.
Man, I haven't turned on the sprinkler system at all.
At all.
At all.
How much money does that save us?
Oh,
$300-$400.
At least.
For
At
real.
least.
Yo,
It feels like it's Seattle out here.
man.
If this is what Seattle feels like. I've never been. Have you been to Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell us about it. How'd you get out there, Damo? How'd you get out to Seattle, man?
Well, I knew somebody
Who'd you
who
know?
knew somebody,
Who'd you know?
and I got to spend some time out there.
Nah, come on, man. You was a dark horse.
Relationship.
Let's take it back to, when you was playing for the Pirates and they counted you out. And then somehow you made your way to Seattle. How did that happen?
Hey, man, I played in the rookie league, man.
The rookie. You was in the NFL? Yeah.
How'd they fly you, man?
What?
Was you first class, coach, business?
Hell no.
What was you?
I was in
Last seat of the plane?
No, I was in a aisle seat.
Back then, you didn't have to buy 2 seats, right? Yeah. Big boys was
You're
allowed
such a
just to
hater.
have 1 seat. Yeah.
Such a hater.
You didn't have to be like, yeah, you can't sit here. Like, no. There's room for you, too. You can sit down.
There's still room for me.
If they had big boy seats, would you buy them?
I do buy big boy seats.
That's first class. Talk to him. Talk to him.
I do.
You ain't traveling unless it's first class nowadays.
That's not true.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So it's first class or,
economy plus, exit row.
and that's only 2 seats?
What?
Is that 2 seats?
No, I don't buy 2 seats.
It's leg room.
No,
But it's
leg
a
room.
single.
You want some
Single,
leg room.
single seat.
No, it's 3 people.
So somebody can sit in the middle.
Absolutely.
All right, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't I used to leak into the other seat. I don't leak into the other seat, man.
Yeah, you've been losing weight, big boy.
Hey, man.
Looking good, too,
I
man.
appreciate it.
That boy said I used to leak into the other seat.
I did.
You did.
Your thigh.
That's funny.
Hey, Sauce.
Your thigh
what
meat. Yo,
Sauce. One time. No.
No, let us describe that. Because
Let's go.
I've been
No,
with
this is
people that
good.
leak into
Let's
the
go.
other
Let's
seat.
talk about it.
Because you got the section.
No,
with
let's
the
talk
arm.
about this.
Yes. You put the arm section down, and then the leakage is like, it's coming from everywhere on top of the midsection. It's
why
like,
are you in the middle seat?
it's like melting ice cream.
That's exactly what it is, Cole. Round of applause. Round of applause. Leaking ice cream. Yes.
So the question is, why are you in the middle seat?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I could fit in the middle seat.
No. Why?
That's why I'm in the middle
somebody
seat. Sometimes it's tight.
of your stature.
I didn't check in properly for, early bird.
Yeah, early.
I didn't do that. So
Well, then
sometimes I'm
upgrade
rushing.
for $40.
I'm cheap.
Everybody don't feel like doing
I'm
that,
not doing
man.
that, man.
I didn't already pay. I didn't already pay $75 for my bag.
Plus, I work out so I could sit comfortably wherever.
But you just said you couldn't.
No, I said I could. That's why.
All
That's
right.
why I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Now my legs is long.
Cool.
That's uncomfortable.
Cool.
But I'm not leaking. I'm not melted ice cream on somebody else. Like, I'm not getting it on their shoes. None of that.
Hey,
That's funny.
hey, can I tell y'all a story?
Yeah.
What's
let's
up?
talk about it.
So, I have 2 questions for you. I
Yep.
have a question before I get into my story. So, on an airplane, Omar, what's up, brother?
Omar
How you
in the
doing?
building.
All right, what up?
East Africa.
I have a question for you. So, when you get on an airplane, there's unwritten rules.
Okay.
One of which not everybody understands. So when you're sitting in a row that's 3, who owns the armrest?
If you're in the aisle, you get that armrest
Okay.
automatically.
Okay.
If you're in the middle, I feel like you get the left. And then the person in the
That's assuming
window.
that you're sitting on
No.
the
if
right
you're-
side of the plane.
Yes. So the outside. Armrest.
Okay.
Yes,
So everybody should be going away from each other.
exactly. Starting from the window. So the window guy.
The wall.
But the window has the wall.
yeah, so the window has the wall.
To the window. Anyway.
The aisle.
That's
the
a
aisle
good-
should
that's a good
have
point.
the aisle,
Uh-huh.
and then in the middle you should be on the aisles.
So
right.
then that means the middle seat has two.
you kind of do.
You
yeah.
do.
Fuck that.
You do.
No, I disagree.
Who do you think should get 2?
Nobody.
Well, that's not mathematically possible unless the person.
Everybody
at the
leaning on
window
each other.
No,
leans.
so the
Yeah,
person,
exactly.
no, the person on
You
the
lean
window,
towards the aisle.
The person on the window. Let's say we are facing the front of the plane, and we're on the right side of the plane, which I always sit on.
Right.
But Damo got a lot of stipulations with this.
No,
He
no,
does with
no,
this
no.
traveling.
It's an assumption, right?
Okay.
And
But see,
so,
go ahead.
yeah.
Oh, no, I'm gonna let you go.
And so the window person has the left side. The middle person has the left side, and the person in the aisle has the left side. So everybody has an armrest to their left because you don't have an armrest on the middle seat. Or excuse me, on the window seat.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody's leaning towards the aisle,
Got it. Okay.
Both ways.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I feel you.
right and left.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Man, so me, I would, if I was on the window, I'm leaning towards the window. I'm just leaning on the wall.
Well, you got the best sleep position, right?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you could put the pillow.
Can you
boom.
sleep? Can y'all sleep on a plane?
I can.
I can too.
I can.
If I'm on the window, I can.
I-
Definitely.
Man, I have so many airplane stories, man. I have to tell y'all this one. So, got on a plane. I was flying from Dallas to Denver. And flying from Dallas to Denver, you know, it's like an hour.
Damo
15
does Dallas.
Damo does Dallas.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
It's an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes.
Right. So, Southwest. This is when I was flying Southwest.
Okay.
And get on the plane.
Yep.
And so it was the strength and conditioning coach from CSU that was sitting on the window, and we're in the aisle seat.
Oh, you told us this.
I did.
Yeah, you
I think
did.
so.
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah.
So should I keep going or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Then it was me sitting in the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we thought we were about to take off. Dude comes running in, huffing and puffing, sweating, gets on the plane, puts his bag up. The flight attendant was like, "Sir, you need to sit right there." And he looked at me, and he looked at the other dude like he wasn't as big as I am.
There was no middle seat. A lot of leakage.
There was a lot of leakage.
Yeah.
And
Oil spill.
the dude got off the plane, was like, "I'll catch the next flight."
Y'all ain't about to be sandwiching me.
No bullshit. Yeah, the dude, and he was a
Pause.
relatively he was your
Pause.
average American. I didn't hear what he said. This dude was an average American guy. You know, 5'9",
Yeah.
190 pounds, and he was
And he
like,
about to come in there with the big dogs.
and he was like, "I'll catch the next flight." And me and the other dude was like, "All right,
Was he chocolate too?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
But y'all
What was the
had
dude white that came on?
yeah."
Y'all had a nice little Neapolitan.
Nice little-
Oh yeah, so we
Nice-
got a little
nice
Oreo
Neapolitan-
cookie.
Yeah,
Nice
nice little
little
sandwich right there.
little Neapolitan ice cream sandwich.
No, not Neapolitan. That's straight up Oreo.
Yeah.
Oreo ice
Hey,
cream
I
sandwich.
apologize.
That
if I
fudge with
told-
the vanilla in the middle, huh? Yeah.
No. Yeah, because we're leaking.
Yeah,
Got
we're
it.
linking it. NFL suspended some people for gambling. I'm sorry, man. See, now your whole mood is changed.
No. Like,
But-
no, you know what I was thinking? It's like, as soon as you said that, I was like, dude, these dudes, like, I just wanted to shake my head, like, you know,
Oh, as far as them being suspended.
man, it's like, come on. Anyway, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so let me just list the people. We got Rashad Berry, Indiana Colts, defensive back, suspended indefinitely.
Which means it happened more than once. Or
Did it
was,
happen?
Or it was an
Multiple.
egregious.
It was egregious.
Got it.
Nicholas Petit Farifari, I don't know how to pronounce your name. He got 6 games for gambling while at the facility. And then Isaiah Rogers, Indianapolis, indefinite. Demetrius Taylor, free agent,
Yeah.
indefinite. And yeah, what? So to your point, go ahead.
No, I
Damo.
was just one thing that I learned
Yeah,
from this is I like look this shit up,
yeah,
and some of it is like dudes in the locker room talking shit. Put money on it, like you know how we do.
Yeah.
It's like bet that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And so when you say at the facility, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I can see that.
They're at the facility and they're like, okay, no, that boy gonna go off. No, he ain't. No, that boy gonna go off. Bet that.
Yeah.
And they're at the facility betting, and then they get caught up like whatever way they do.
Let's unpack that. So yeah, because I thought of it as you paint a good picture. Because I didn't think of it like locker room talk. Next thing you know, like bet that. I was thinking more like Big Brother watching at the facilities, like as far as being able to track things on Wi-Fi and be like, oh, what is he doing on Caesar.com or whatever it is.
That might be true. Like, and these are all assumptions, right?
Right.
The other one that I thought about is, like betting on sports betting apps.
Yes.
But not. I didn't connect it to like Wi-Fi or anything like that.
Right.
But like some of them got suspended for gambling on the road.
Yeah.
And the stuff that these dudes do on the airplane, it's like people don't see this stuff.
Yeah,
Like
we've heard stories.
No, these dudes go hard on the airplane.
Right.
Like you're in the air. Just think if you're flying, New York's playing or L.A.
Yep.
You lose a game. You're watching the game on the TVs on the plane. You're like, bet that. Like, you see what I'm
just
saying?
normal conversation.
Normal conversation. Dudes
Banter.
have a lot of money.
Bet that.
Bet that.
So
That's crazy.
So what? So I think for me, the question is, why allow fantasy football, normal sports betting? Like the NFL is in bed with these people. Like let's just put it to fantasy football.
Okay.
The NFL and fantasy football is
Are in
like
cahoots.
are in cahoots with each other.
I agree, Sauce.
And then now your players they can't play fantasy football, or they're making certain bets with certain play. Like, how do you separate the two?
That's a great question. That's a great
question.
Because you're double dipping. It's like, okay, I'm gonna suspend and fine my players for betting and it's something that we're totally engaged in.
So let me ask you this:
Both feet in.
Does NFL.com have a fantasy league? Or
Yes.
Do
no, I don't know that they do.
I don't know
I think
if
it's like
they do.
ESPN, CBS.
Yeah.
I don't know that or NFL.
I don't think NFL
does.
But NFL Network has a fantasy football show.
Yes.
Yes.
That's gambling.
Yes.
Nobody's
I've
playing.
never seen. I didn't know. it was
Nobody's
gambling.
really playing fantasy football for fun. I guess you have some people that play it for fun, but like, come on, man.
Does NFL
The
Network
NFL Network
has a
has
fantasy
football
Can you
show.
look? Can you look that
Wow.
up, Jalen?
So if that is the case, then I am shocked because I get it from the aspect of what Damo is saying of, NFL licensed them their brand so that these gambling companies can have these fantasy shows, fantasy football, etc. I know they're getting paid off of that, right? But the fact that if NFL Network has their own fantasy show, that is crazy.
They have
That's
fantasy
nuts.
prediction. They have fantasy prediction.
They do.
Wow.
They do. That's a fact, Sauce. But
So
Who
that-
should I draft? Who should I draft in my fantasy league? Which fantasy do the Good Morning Football? Good Morning Football. That's all they talk about. Like, who should I be drafting? Who's projected to get this many yards? What type of team? I mean, what type of running back? What type of quarterback? What type of team should I put in?
so and so got hurt.
That's
Who
crazy,
should
man.
you
I didn't
substitute?
think about that. That is crazy. That gives me a different perspective as my opinion because
They're all the way in.
they are. Gambling is a big part of the NFL, especially with fantasy. I think when fantasy took off, like that's when the NFL really was booming. Like that.
Man.
That's a reason why they are booming.
Because so tell us why you think that the reason why it's really booming. I have my perspective. I'd love to hear yours.
So for that, I think it's because, again, they can now. It's gaming as far as gambling, right? So now I can have my own fantasy football team where I'm looking not only at one team where I was like trapped to
Yep.
only the Denver Broncos.
Yep. I'm a
Now
Raiders fan
like,
and I'm watching
I'm
the
a
Raiders.
Raiders fan. I'm watching the Chiefs because I got
Yes.
Mahomes. I got the Baltimore Ravens defense. Like, I'm all over the place. So now, in order to do that, if I'm serious about it, especially those big leagues, now I'm buying the NFL package, right? Like, so now, not only to watch the home team and whatever comes on national, but, yeah, I want to watch whoever I got. So I'm going to get the package so I can watch any team at any time. Yep. So that's more money, right? And then it just expands. That's the growth of the NFL, right? So that's my opinion.
It's such a so number one, I agree with you 1,000%. When you like, because the NFL, so you can't they haven't expanded teams since the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that was the last expansion team. Am I correct?
I think you're correct in that.
And then they're like, okay, how do we monetize more in the NFL? And I don't know that the NFL gets any benefit from fantasy football. So, again, this is an assumption.
Viewership.
But it's viewership.
Absolutely.
Which
TV
numbers
contracts.
are everything.
And that's
Absolutely.
what they want.
Yeah.
So they do monetize off of that.
Absolutely.
Jalen, did you? So the question was, does NFL.com have a fantasy league?
Wow.
Man, what we talking about?
Hey,
Sauce.
Cole, you on top
Hey,
of it, man.
You're on top of it, dude.
So with that, dang, that does change my
It
for
they got
fantasy.
an app and NFL.com. Damn.
Dang, as a business.
They promote fantasy football.
And
Man, those owners got it. They got it figured out over there in the NFL.
They do.
Like to
man.
put players on lockdown.
and then put a white picket fence around that bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Say,
No, absolutely.
Oh, no, you're a player. But like, how many players do you think? This is a provocative question. How many players do you think have an alter ego, like a burner account, like KD did, but like on fantasy
sure.
football?
For
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
Oh, man, for
a large percentage.
Because they got to play with like their families and stuff like that.
Large
you know what I'm
percentage,
saying?
absolutely. So that's funny. Like when you get caught, it's like who was the whistleblower? You know, in that situation.
So I think my takeaway from this
Damn, I did not know that.
is, you know, you shake your head in judgment of these boys that got caught up.
Okay.
We don't really know the details on how they got caught up or what they did.
Right.
You know, like when you started, I was like shaking my head like, damn, these dudes, man, messing up their career, messing up their money, blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
Not following the rules.
Not following the rules. It's so easy, blah, blah, blah. But like when we break it down like we just did, man, it gets kind of sticky.
Well, so do we know the exact rules? Like, you can still bet.
No,
No,
You can't bet on anything.
No,
nothing.
no.
Nothing NFL.
Hey, man, because Derek.
Well, no, that's what I mean. So, but you could bet on baseball,
Yes.
basketball.
Yes.
Yeah, so Derek Wolf was like, they train them. Don't take no gifts.
Okay.
He said it's all the way to the point to where don't even take a comp from a hotel.
Whoa.
So like
take a
imagine if
comp
you go to
from a
Vegas,
hotel,
if you
wow.
go to Vegas and then let's say MGM wants to comp your room. Nope.
Can't do it.
He didn't say you can't, but they advise you not to.
Because you don't know where that could lead to.
Because you don't know where that
Yeah.
can lead to.
And Sauce, that's I didn't
can
know
see
that just
that.
because I know the perks that players get.
Right. When you were in Seattle.
Well, no, like let's take
Let's
that.
talk
like,
about it.
No, let's take it way from that,
Okay.
and let's just talk about, you know, getting into a place that costs money. Let's say New Year's Eve and you're in Vegas. Let's
Yep.
just paint a picture. And said player gets into a bar or a party that costs $250 to get into.
Okay.
And you and I both know corporate gifts can't exceed, let's call it 75 bucks.
You're right.
So did they break the rules because they got in free because their NIL in the professional
Absolutely.
aspect allowed them to get in? Dude, like I'm not, like my judgment is gone.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. You changed the game with that one. I did not know they had a fantasy league, man.
But I wonder
And
if
yeah.
is that NFL card still a thing? Where you can go, you
I
show
don't
your
even
NFL
know,
card,
man.
you get in free. I wonder
Oh,
if that's
gotta
still a
be.
thing.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
We lived off of that thing.
Man, yo, but I think it should be like if you bet on your own team or if you bet on your own player, I think you should be okay.
To
Now-
win. To win.
To win, yeah, to win.
I think you should leave it alone.
To
I
win.
agree, Jay.
Yeah, I think you should leave it alone, but I don't think they should suspend you if you're betting on your team to win. But like if you're betting on your team to lose, then it's like okay, you could be point shaving. Dude,
Like you betting on the under.
the biggest point shaving scandal was at Arizona State University.
How
That
do
was
you-
such a
It's
great
the
documentary.
poster. It's the poster child
was.
of point shaving.
Dude, that documentary
was a great-
blew my mind, Courtney.
Great
Yeah, so like
documentary.
if you're betting against yourself, okay, some red flags. But if I'm betting on Killer to score 30, and he scores 30, and we win the game, like what's the problem? And we're on the same team.
Courtney, what was the name of that documentary?
There's an
don't know.
advantage to that, though. There is an advantage to that because if you let people start betting on their teams and on players, like things like the playbook, information of like, oh, he might not even show up
Who's
today,
injured.
who's injured.
Yeah.
Like the very fine details of like, oh yeah, he's gonna go to work because I was in there and whatever the case was.
But you're still betting on yourself, though.
I'm
So how does
against
that go against your?
I don't like betting against myself because
So how does that go against your team?
but football is such a hard
Well, I think
sport to bet on.
that's what I mean. I think it's hard to monitor it, first of all, right? But then, yeah.
But betting on yourself
I
to
think that's
lose,
it.
it's like betting on yourself to lose. You're like, okay, it's a high likelihood I'm gonna do something to throw the game.
But betting to win, you're like,
But
I'm
betting to
gonna
win,
ball
am I
out.
just
Betting
throwing
to
a
win.
certain amount of motivation on my team to win? Like I just think it's different.
I think that shit would get out of control if you let them do that. I think so.
But it shouldn't be a year suspension. Betting on yourself.
But they haven't disclosed the details to say what he did.
Yeah,
Or what they did. I'm sorry.
a fine line.
Yeah. That was good though. Man.
That was.
It opened my mind up.
All right. Since we're on sports, we'll just go right into. Y'all want to talk about the NBA quickly? Are y'all familiar with what's going on?
James Harden being trash and trying to whatever.
Well, let's start with let's start with James Harden and we'll get into our beloved Nuggets.
No comment. James Harden.
James Harden.
Like, dude, he's
So
like-
let's explain to the listeners.
Okay.
He opted in for his $35.6 million with the 76ers, and now he wants to be traded, and now go Damo.
dude. There's teams that are interested. They're like, you're not that dude no more.
So does he opt in? Does he have to? So when he gets traded, is he still making $35 million, or he opts in and they can rework his deal?
You have the option to rework his deal, but I think
The
in
money-
receiving him, you have to have the money in the cap
Yes.
space in order to receive James Harden.
Man, is James Harden even interested in winning the championship?
That's a great question. So the teams that are interested, Clippers. Miami, Knicks, those are the only ones that come to mind. I think
So-
there was one more.
The question is, has James Harden won a ship?
No.
No.
He's been to
been
one.
to,
He's been to.
lost to Oklahoma Thunder when they lost to Miami.
Cool. Is there a team that could put him in as a piece of the puzzle to win a ship?
Philly. That's the only team he is. That's the only team where he's a piece.
Is Philly?
Miami, no.
Miami, no?
No.
You think he would get along with Jimmy Butler?
No.
Just not that kind of pedigree.
Butler is a dog.
He should stay in Philly, man.
He should stay in Philly.
Dog like these
If he wants to win a championship,
If he wants to win a championship, I agree.
or if he has those aspirations to win a championship, because we all know it goes through Denver.
I think Clippers.
I love that song.
I think a win-win would be going to the Clippers and getting Paul George somehow to Philly. I think that would be good for the
Dog.
76ers.
What does Bubba Dove say? Trash.
Dove.
Trash.
Who's trash?
James Harden.
Oh, got it.
Like, he's at the end of his career, dude. He's reaching for air.
I agree. He's not a player that has shown to me that he can get it done in the times that it counts.
Fair enough.
Against Boston, he had in their last game, game 7, 9 points, 7 assists, I think like 6 rebounds and a plus minus of 30.
Damn. So he almost had like a low double-double.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
A 10-10-10.
Exactly.
That's
So
man,
I don't know. What do you think, Cole? Do you think he could go anywhere? What about the Knicks?
Nah,
No?
because Jalen Brunson is there, and I just think that he's a guy that would kind of make Jalen Brunson regress
Gotcha.
in his development. Honestly, I think James Harden would be a nice backup role.
Oh.
6 men?
Yes.
His ego is too big, dude.
No. I'm not saying he would do it.
Yeah.
But in terms of if he wanted like a team that needed a piece to win the championship,
He's done that before.
wouldn't it be nice to have James Harden coming off as your bench playing against the second team?
I'll believe in James Harden.
And just give him the green light. And just
I think so.
Let him do what he want to do.
But that ain't happening. But
No, it's not happening.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it'd be nice.
That's the last time he went to the finals is when he was 6 man.
I'll believe in James Harden when I can see his whole face.
When he cuts the beard.
That's
a good point.
Ain't no
There's
woman.
like evolution. Like you have
Yeah,
to change.
yeah.
Ain't no woman
Absolutely.
going to allow him to shave his face.
Dude, that shit
Hey,
is-
play on that. Yo, if he did shave the beard, I think all of America would be like, oh.
Even if he just cleaned it up.
If he did something to his face, I think you're right. Like
It's
that
the
would put the
mystique.
wool over people's eyes,
It's
and
the
they'd be like,
mystique.
"Oh my goodness, he's
he's a-
ready.
he's a
He's
new
ready.
man."
He's a
No,
new
it's-
guy.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
the mistake.
He wants to win a championship now."
Pay for that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
35 million wolfed out beard. It's
That's
a
him.
mistake. It's a mistake to it.
He is now him, huh? His
It's
signature.
him. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna have a wolfy beard, but I'm making
35.
$35 million.
I think Cole's right. He wants to go back to Houston so he could get up in Onyx. Like he's trying to get back to Onyx, yeah. You know what I mean?
Please stay away from Jalen.
So he can make it rain.
Please stay away from Jalen. James Harden.
You don't want him to go New York?
She's young. No,
Hey.
she's
Oh.
Jalen
young.
be
Oh.
like,
Oh,
Jalen
she
be-
lives
in
Hey,
Houston.
Jalen be like, hey, I'm Jalen.
We were talking contracts earlier.
Jalen.
You should have saw her face.
So her face lit up.
With who?
How much? How much?
Like how much? Like so we were talking about like contract Jokic 43 million, Curry 45 million, freaking Embiid close to 50 million, and Jalen was like, "Oh, hold on, a year."
They making that?
Should have saw they're making that.
So, what's interesting? Just quick,
Yeah.
quick deviation for you. I saw this skit. It was like not a skit. It was, you know how they do like street questions on Instagram?
Yeah.
Like people have like the microphone. They go up.
Oh,
and
I
ask
got
the
street
question.
questions for y'all. This pod.
Yeah. And the dude said, he asked the chicks a question. He said, drug dealer or a 9-to-5 dude? Who you taking? Got it. 90% of the chicks were like, drug dealer.
Really?
No, true story.
Why? Let's unpack that. Why would they?
No, there was no context like this or that.
Really?
It was like,
They were like drug dealer.
Immediate gratification.
no, and it was a quick response. It wasn't
Really?
even no thought to it. It was like, drug dealer.
You know what's funny about that? Why they think all drug dealers just make millions of dollars?
Go ahead, Jay. See?
A drug dealer.
See?
Why is that? Because everybody think they Scarface and it ain't like that. Like
Yeah.
it's the cachet.
He tried.
Like so apparently he's a
Yeah.
tough guy because he's drug dealer.
He's trapping.
Which in most cases that is not.
So go.
Is
So
that in our
gold or
community?
no gold?
You think? Is that
Gold in the mouth or no gold? No gold.
No gold.
Okay.
no gold?
Hey, Jalen's different.
From
beast.
Denver. No, she's from Denver.
No, but she's different. She's different. Like
Oh, no gold.
no, Jalen's
Can he at least have his his grill? Like he could take it out, just floss a little bit.
she said absolutely not.
Not at all.
And their breast stink.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, yo, what's your breath smell like after you take them out?
They sleep with them in their mouth? Ugh.
And I don't know what it is. Like, I'm like, you like take them out, brush your teeth, and then their teeth look horrible with like.
Mmm.
It looks horrible.
Speaking of which, would you ever get veneers? Would you ever get veneers?
No, I wouldn't give it theirs.
Hey, one of my boys got veneers, and his shit. You know that pastor that's on Instagram.
But can
Which
he close
one?
his mouth?
You mean
Dog.
his teeth?
Dog, that's funny. Because I know a couple. Well, I don't, but
Hey, but that one.
I could imagine that being a problem.
Hey, but that one dude that got the veneer, somebody said looked like he got a whole bunch of earpod cases in his mouth.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Hey, I went straight to the comments, Courtney. I went straight to I was like,
He said that boy got a whole bunch of
cases.
he got
That's
he
funny.
got a whole bunch of AirPod cases in his mouth.
I think one of y'all said one about a dude and he had a bunch of chiclets. Like,
no, that was me.
is that you? Oh, that shit was funny.
No, like I was sweating. I was like looking at the comments, and I was sweating. I was laughing so hard. Hey, so I would encourage everybody, all listeners, go into the comments of any Instagram post you see that's funny. Go into the comments.
Oh, they be going off.
The comments are better than the content.
Then the better than the post.
Yes.
Like human beings are stupid, but they are so freaking funny.
Especially with the gifts, man. When they add the gifts to the
See, I can't.
Instagram.
I can't do that on mine.
oh man, you
the
got that
gifts?
Android.
No, I see them, but I can't.
No,
do
but you
'em.
can't put them on there.
Yeah.
Android.
That green bubble.
hey man, but honestly, man, like veneer, like I guess you could, but you know, veneers is cool if you get the right cut.
Right.
Like you gotta be like, hey, I need to file these motherfuckers down.
So you can close your mouth,
You gotta
right?
file- like look, Doc, I gotta be able to close my mouth. I can't be walking around like I got a permit.
Right.
I got a permit smile on my face.
Courtney, let's be real. You can barely close your mouth now, dude.
But they natural.
Talk to him, come.
Hey, Courtney, I bet you Courtney
Yeah.
be sleeping with his mouth open and shit.
Fail. Like,
with
because
all-
you can't have the Bentley, right, and can't fit it in the garage. Like,
Man,
that
with all-
shit don't,
Man,
that
listen,
shit
man, listen, I don't
don't
give a fuck what
mix.
day most. I got all 32.
Talk to
Hey,
him.
listen. Having all 32 teeth in your mouth is a sign of
I think
success.
you have like 33.
No. You know them motherfuckers that just got like this? All, like the back molars is gone. So when they smile, you just see the front.
Talk to him.
I'd be like, dude, you're
Talk
like
to him.
40, dog.
Talk
Hey,
to
did you
him.
get your
Because
wisdom
I
tooth
got
pulled?
all mine.
Huh?
Did you get your wisdom?
I got one wisdom tooth pulled.
Did you?
No.
Oh,
Ouch.
yeah, that's fair. It's
Ouch.
like, yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I got them.
You
I got
got your molars? Or you got them pulled? Got 'em.
My wisdom teeth.
Your wisdom teeth?
Yeah.
Got it.
But they will lift like blankets.
I would think your mouth can fit. Like,
Like little quilts.
My lips do?
They'll lift like little quilts over here.
Yeah, man. Hey, my lips are my strength, boy.
boy could touch his chin with his lips.
Shit.
Doobie doobie doo. A doobie doobie doobie.
Hey, my lips are my
Hey,
strength.
ladies.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
Little quilt lips.
Dang, what were we talking about?
He said quilt lips.
Nuggets. Nuggets getting back on Nuggets. Bruce Brown is leaving us. He's going to Indiana Pacers. 2
You know what's crazy?
years, $45 million.
He deserves every penny
He does.
of it. Every penny.
I wish we could give it to him.
But Malone was like, Bruce Brown's not leaving. Remember in
Oh yeah, at the
Yeah,
parade.
But dude, like, you can't fault the dude. Like,
Oh no, you gotta get
No,
paid.
you gotta get paid, man.
$22.5 million a year.
Come on,
Go.
absolutely. You can't fault him for that.
Shit beyond go.
Absolutely. Shout out to
Shit.
Bruce Brown for getting the bag, man.
Get in the bag.
And
For real.
do you think? So the question is, do you think he would have got that if they didn't win? the
Oh, not at
championship?
all. Not at all. Not that much. I think he would have got paid.
He might have got
But-
10 million.
Yeah, let's say
I don't know how much
as
he was getting.
far
paid
as they
now.
went like Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
he probably would have got 10 million a year. Well, I would say 12 million
12. Okay, that's fair.
because he was making 6 million.
He was.
Yes.
Okay.
But to your point, now you win the ship.
You got
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Jay, that's life changing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Even though like his money that he's making as
Was
an NBA
already-
player,
He
already.
had
is
to
life
do it.
changing. But this
He
is
had to
like
do it.
generational.
Oh, absolutely.
He had to do
change.
it.
You have to do
So
it.
in that situation, you can't even be mad
That's
at him.
9 times that. Come on now.
Yeah, you
Or
can't even be mad at him.
8 times that.
$22 million a year. And the Pacers were at the bottom of the East.
Yes. They could use him. He's going to start. I don't know who the guards are there.
Is he a starting player?
No.
Uh,
no.
I don't think so.
damn. Really?
I don't.
No, he had a really good role here in Denver.
He was a
Yes.
great role player.
He's not a starter in Denver,
low-key
but he
and
could
bad.
go somewhere else and start.
Nah, but low key in I agree with that. But low key in basketball, he can have that role and make 80,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
90.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think he wanted to stay here. We just
couldn't
couldn't pay him.
Couldn't pay him.
That was it.
But like, because there's a lot of payroll. Like you have Jokic, Murray, MPJ,
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon. That shit. So the
That
Nuggets,
right there.
the Nuggets are gonna get turned upside down in 2 years.
Yeah, they are. They are.
In
they're-
2 years?
Yeah.
Is that when everybody's pretty much up?
It's like 2-3 years rolling.
So what are our chances now that we
High.
don't have Bruce Brown of going back?
No. We're still a contender.
You liked our chances better with Bruce Brown, but do you think we could get somebody comparable to fill
Absolutely.
Bruce's role?
Because people want to come here now and
Man,
play.
they're
I don't know about
they're
that.
banking on Bron. They're banking on Bron making that leap. For
Brown,
next year.
Wait,
the
what?
other Braun,
Brown.
the other
Oh,
Braun
yeah.
Brown.
He
Yeah.
balled.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
expected. So the
Look
way
who's in the building, my man Jason Delancey.
we're in
What's
this
up?
and he got the this dot shirt
He
on.
does. He got the J's.
Yeah.
My man Twirl.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
With the oversized sweats, blood.
Yeah.
He got his red. Ooh. Yeah. 2 chains. Yeah, you got it all today. Got 100 on the wrist. It look like, what's up, man? Got you a herringbone? It's 2 of them.
Hey, that boy got that chain from
This
Pearson
podcast.
Pagoda.
Oh, man.
Hey, thanks for showing up,
The
Jay.
kiosk right next to Harold Pinner.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
He
bringing
got them
it
sluts
back.
from Harold Penner.
Yeah.
Hey, look, with the fake Jordan, hey, he's dunking backwards and
Yeah.
shit.
Boo-foo. By
like
us, fuck you.
This
What up,
podcast
Jason? It's good to see you,
Hey,
man.
you know we got to light you on fire a little bit. Yeah. We done.
Yeah,
though.
man, we done.
What's that?
The snack app.
This podcast.
No, you know, I don't have that, but I got the hot wing app.
That was a good one. The
Oh,
snack
that boy said you got
app.
the snack app.
dog.
Hey, no, you talking. Jay, Herman got the snack app. I got the hot wing
my
app.
God, that boy said you got the snack app.
The snack app.
Hey, this is-
I could see Damo rolling over in the bed and just hitting the snack
no,
app.
dude, I don't eat sweets like
Can
that.
I get Hostess?
Oh no, snacks ain't sweets.
Little
it
baby.
ain't always got to
Yeah.
be sweets.
They salty like this?
Yeah, absolutely. Snacks is
All right,
snacks.
then I got the snack app.
Hit the savory option. I want all savory on
All
my feed.
savory. Hey, what does this Explore page look like? All savory,
Savory. They're like Chex Mix.
lemon pepper,
Lemon pepper. Hey,
teriyaki,
mango habanero, teriyaki.
dry rub. Pause.
Hey, you see, they making a thing of ribs. That's really my Explore page. No
Nigga,
bullshit.
shit is savory.
Dog.
His Explorer page is savory.
Chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But not chicken nuggets.
Oh my God, boy, that is hilarious. Snack app
That
savory.
was funny,
That was
Jason.
good.
Oh, because they gonna get to know you before you get the app open.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? We gonna get the app open and they gonna get to know you.
That's hilarious, man. All right, y'all. It is time for this or that trivia. All right. So this or that.
Yeah.
All right. This or that trivia.
This podcast. Bussin'.
Here we go, y'all. No multiple choice this time. We're gonna see where you at, where your head's at. I already know the answer, so I can't. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, he'd be point shape. He'd be.
I'll
he'd
be
good.
winning it all.
Yeah, he'd
All
be-
right. First question. Name the 3 branches of the United States government.
Executive, legislative, and what's that last one?
You gotta know the last one.
Judicial.
There you go.
Go.
All right. How many states are in the United States?
50.
What's the capital of Georgia?
Athens.
Atlanta.
Atlanta. What's the capital of North Dakota?
Bismarck.
All right. El Haj Malik El Shabazz. You know who that is?
Malcolm X.
All right. Changed his name when he joined the Nation of Islam. What was his last name before doing so?
Little.
Yeah, Malcolm Little.
Yep. Malcolm X was born in what state?
Boston.
Boston's not a state.
not a state.
Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts. Sorry.
Nope.
I didn't know that. I don't know the answer.
Oh no, Nebraska.
he was. Oh, he
yeah.
was.
Yes, Nebraska.
Absolutely.
That's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Booker T. Washington attended what historical black college?
Tuskegee.
No,
He started Tuskegee.
Wilberforce.
No. Got one?
I don't know.
Hampton.
Oh.
At that
damn.
time, it was Hampton
Damn,
Normal and Agriculture Institute.
I did not know that.
All
I'm gonna
right.
get some fire for that one.
Which African country is home to the Great Sphinx and Pyramids of Giza?
Egypt,
What's the largest rainforest in the world?
Brazil,
The rainforest.
Amazon.
It is in. Yep.
Brazil.
It's in Brazil. You have
What's
the
the
right
I thought you were asking
location.
location.
It's
My
the right
bad.
location. Which city hosted the 2016 Summer Olympics?
Rio de Janeiro.
Yes, sir. Which island nation in the
What kind of
Indian-
Olympics was it though?
The Summer Olympics.
It was
It was laced
summer.
with crime and
Nah,
sexuality and
And
Yeah, what
snacks.
type of
and snacks.
That's why he know. He was there for the snacks, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the
Hey,
Summer
hey,
Olympics
hey,
is here."
and you were there 8 years earlier. You were there 8 years earlier.
With you, I was there with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know. Yeah. Hey, your brother got his damn.
Get it off.
No, the
Oh, his phone stolen.
no,
it's
the
camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pickpocketed.
Oh shit.
And
Damn.
KG got his chain snatched.
He
by dude on
did.
10 speed.
He did. Those were the days, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. All right. Which island nation in the Indian Ocean is famous for its beautiful beaches and diverse marine life?
That's pretty broad, dude. I'm
That
gonna
is broad.
Madagascar,
Indian Ocean.
Sri Lanka.
It's in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sri
No,
Lanka's a good guess.
No. Wait, I have it. It's Maldives.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, travel that nigga.
I knew he was going to get it. What is the name of the famous waterfall located in the border between the United States and Canada?
Niagara Falls.
In which country would you find the ancient city of Machu Picchu, an UNESCO
Peru.
World? Yep.
Yep, Peru. Yep,
Which city is known as the City of Love and
Paris.
is famous?
Paris. Yep.
Which desert located in Africa is the largest hot desert?
Mojave.
Sierra. Sahara.
Sahara Desert.
Sahara
Yeah, I said
Desert.
Mojave. Yeah.
Sahara.
You got the
Sahara.
sauce.
Northern Africa.
What is the name of a famous canal that connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans?
The Panama Canal.
Yes, sir.
Been there, done that.
Which Southeast Asian country is known as the Land of Smiles?
Ooh, Malaysia.
Southeast.
Singapore. Damn it.
What'd you get?
Southeast Asia.
Yes, Southeast Asia.
Korea.
No, that's not South. That's
That's not
Central.
That's Central. Okay.
What is it?
Thailand.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that. Not at all.
Let's see. One off the top, since we're in Asia. Where is the country considered the land of the rising sun?
I
Japan.
don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Good
I
job,
knew
y'all.
that. I knew that. You said it before me. Good job.
You guys are well versed. Good job.
This podcast, bussin'
The snacks, yeah, he knew in Rio. He was like, yeah.
Like, you knew in Rio.
That boy tear up
Hey.
some seasoned dried crickets, wasn't he?
Yeah, hey, that's funny. Hey, every answer,
With
Jason,
the Lowrys. With the Lowrys.
No, adobo seasoning.
Straight season salt.
The answer to every geographical question. That
Can you pass me the Lowrys so I can get
Check this out. The answer to every geographical question. That
Let that
you
breathe, yo. That was a good joke. You
It was
don't be
good. It
letting
was
jokes
cool.
breathe.
Had, but like, hey, no,
You know when you got him, he keep talking.
it's good.
Go
It's
ahead.
cool. The answer to every geographical question Earl would have answered Montbello.
Bellows.
The Bellows. Montbello. Crown Market. Peoria. I-70.
That's funny. Oh my goodness! All right, y'all.
Chambers Road.
Moving right along.
We gotta get a little serious, man.
Popeyes.
Silverman Park. Is that in
Yeah.
Montbello?
Albrook Street.
Chambers.
Crown Boulevard.
That's hilarious. 56.
Tampa Bay, Florida. Damn. That's not the geographical range.
5.
5. All right. Okay. On
The
a
Freaks.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm done.
The Freaks. The Freaks was running stuff in the Bellows. Shout out to the Freaks. We used to just have silly shit going on, right? The Freaks. That was crazy. I wasn't a part of it,
Yeah, I
but
wasn't a freak. But
I
saw
think
what freaks
I
did.
think Cole was a freak.
Man,
He was an honorary.
Yeah,
he was an honorary
yeah.
freak.
I was honorary.
You don't have the cachet to be a freak.
What? Okay.
I think he would surprise you.
No.
You don't think?
Anybody who stares at somebody across the dance room
Serendipitously.
serendipitously ain't a part of the freak.
All right, moving right along. More of a serious subject. So the Supreme Court overturned affirmative action this past Thursday, which was yesterday, for this recording, and the ruling in favor was, I think it was 6-2. Ketanji Jackson backed out from the voting process, which was interesting to me.
Wonder why.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hey, actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so let me say this. So, the Supreme Court on Thursday ruled that the race-conscious admission policies of Harvard College and the University of North Carolina violate the Constitution, bringing an end to affirmative action in higher education, and a decision that will reverberate across campuses worldwide. So what's interesting that it's those two universities. Harvard is the oldest private institution. North Carolina is the oldest public institution. Yeah. So
That's great.
it is that's telling. And what's interesting to me, given the vote was 6-2 in favor of banning affirmative action for college admissions. So I want to be very clear on that.
And people think it's more broad. Than
Yeah,
that.
No,
they do think it's
college
more
Specifically for universities.
university admissions. If you look at the judicial branch, 90% of them go to Ivy League schools.
Yep.
But
There's only like one.
you know where they didn't go? Brown University.
Oh, I thought you meant UPS.
No.
Got
No,
it.
no, on a serious note, Brown University is the most diverse Ivy League school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you know like how diverse?
I don't know
Okay,
the statistics off the top of my head.
That's interesting because so I do have the percentages of the ethnicity breakdown at Harvard. So white is 41%, African American is 15%, Asian American 28%, Hispanic Latino 12%, Native American 2.9%, and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander 0.8%.
Hey man, 15% at Harvard. I wouldn't have thought that.
I wouldn't have thought that either.
That's pretty high.
That is high considering.
Consider
Yes,
Ivy
absolutely.
League,
Absolutely.
it's Harvard, but was that
Massachusetts?
was that a byproduct of affirmative action?
That is a great question. So with this whole thing, they are on the applications just getting rid of race entirely.
Okay.
Okay, so it's no more identifying race, But what you can do in your essay is identify yourself as far as how you grew up, or if you want to put race in there, you're more than allowed to do that as far as, hey, this is your reason why I need to be accepted at a college, right? That's what the essay usually consists of. So I would love to give your thoughts before I go, or everybody's thoughts of like, what do you think the effects of this is?
Why don't we go after the census too then?
Tell me more.
Why don't we just say Latino, Hispanic, white, Latino, like just clearly not white / Hispanic or white / whatever on job applications and think, okay, if you want to do that, let's really clearly define it.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Let's take our Latin brothers and sisters out of that white category.
Gotcha.
And
So
let's
you're
just go.
saying,
If you're gonna do it like that, well, let's get real concrete.
so as far as the taxonomy, let's revamp it.
Let's revamp it.
Let's do it well. Let's do it different. Categorize things differently.
And let's see how these numbers bear out
Dude, I stand corrected.
in terms of the reflection of our country.
Gotcha. You know what? And just, I think there's something there. I think for affirmative action, a lot of it has benefited white women. You know, so it's not only, I know when they hear affirmative action, it's usually race is the forefront, but gender is a part of that too, right? So a lot of white women have benefited from affirmative action.
So what's so going back? So they're taking just race off, but not gender.
Yes. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I think when you talk about category, taxonomy, you should go all the way,
Go all the way.
right? So if we're not identifying race,
I don't want to know who you are. I just want to know what your accolades are.
Right. Because I think whenever you look at an application, like we're trained to be unbiased, right? And you try to do your best to do that. But you do get pictures in your head of like the type of person they might be. You might do your best to be unbiased towards that. And people do a damn good job of it if you have the training. I don't know if everybody gets that kind of training, but anyway, yeah, faceless, genderless.
Yep.
Like, I don't know who this person is,
Yep.
right?
I'm going off the essay.
I'm going
And
off the essay
accolades.
and accolades.
The grades.
The only question I have about the essay, though, is that when you do start to identify yourself, like a lot of that has to do with relatability and with the committee
And
that is
affinities.
and affinities of like the people in the room that are making the decisions at the end of the day.
Sure.
So if you have a committee that's all one type of culture, then
Homogeneous.
yeah,
Homogeneous, excuse me.
homogenous, absolutely.
I said homogeneous. What the fuck? Man?
But
Yeah.
yeah, to your point, yeah, like still there is a level of, hey, we need representation in those places. So
Man,
I don't know.
But
Can
them,
I-
but
can I
them,
throw out
them
something
categories mean dollars too. though.
Real quick. Hey, I messed up. Harvard is the most diverse university. It changed from when I looked last time. So just wanted to correct myself.
when'd you look in 2005?
No, in 2019. I did.
Oh, got it.
I did.
Yeah, man. But
So,
so, far,
Brown is probably second or
No. They,
Oh,
they
okay.
like completely
Changed.
fell off.
Got it.
And
wow.
I'm like, whoa. And diversity is explained different than the definition on where I work.
So I would love, because you're in the field,
Sure.
I'd love to hear your opinion.
So diversity is explained, it starts with data.
Okay.
The data says what is the least represented populations in the business.
Okay.
And it starts with, so the most represented are white and Asian,
So it goes right to race, not gender.
not gender.
Okay.
But we do have a focus on gender,
No, sure.
specifically in technology. Technology and sales, those are the focus.
So in your experience, what do you think is, if you were to prioritize, You're saying race, gender, sexuality, or is that even considered?
No, so like sexuality, it's in the forefront, but it's not the priority because there's nothing on an application that you can say, hey, this is how I identify. So you can't track that data.
No,
You
somebody
can't
had like up and asked that,
What's that?
like sexuality.
Yeah, you there on the EEO form, you cannot identify as LGBTQ,
Got it.
right? So like that's the tracking of data. So the most are white and Asian, the least Native American, Black, and then Latina.
Okay.
And the way that Harvard defines it is Asian, and then the ones that I described.
Right.
So, it's like neither here nor there. It's like it's just a different nomenclature based off of where
Different categories of
Yeah.
light. But the
So-
similarity is there.
Yeah.
You know
so-
what's crazy though? They didn't post. So I did go to Harvard's site just to see what their
Mhm.
percentages were. They gave me, or when I looked on their site, they give you every category except white, which was strange to me.
No, so see, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah. So I had to calculate like, okay,
Yes.
this is the percentage of the minorities,
Yes.
and then the remainder of that I assume is the
we're,
white.
we're saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And
But why is that?
That was strange to me. Like, why don't you
No.
identify that? But I don't know.
So I don't want to go into a whole different rabbit hole, but just throwing it out there. Do you all know like the admissions process for Ivy League schools?
No, I don't.
I don't know.
So one of which, and I don't know the whole process, but I know bits and pieces. So let's say your ancestors or your grandparents or whoever are donors to Harvard.
Okay.
You get priority. They have like priority spots for people. So
Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
it's fair. But
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, it's not. It's not fair. It's
If your family
it's
donated
understood.
to the
Yeah, like hundreds of millions of dollars.
school. Okay.
But like, let's say your grades weren't spot on, but you still get accepted, and somebody else, let's say you have a 3.9 and somebody has a 3.6, or excuse me, you have a 3.6 and you have a 3.9, or somebody else has a 3.9.
That goes to your relationships, though.
It does. And thank you for bringing that back. That was pre-podcast. But then there's only a certain amount of students they can actually admit on a yearly basis. And that's where
Well, it has to be exclusive. You gotta have some exclusivity to it.
I agree.
It's
no,
Ivy
you
League.
do, but I'm just saying the
I agree.
exclusivity is really, really thin, is all I'm saying. Very thin.
But I just don't think that they don't
For
want
for new students into Harvard. Do you think Harvard's
Well, they're
taking
a
JC
private-
transfers?
No.
No,
No.
they're a
like
private institute.
yeah. So like there's only so many freshmen that they can admit.
Yes.
And so based off of relationships and based off of donors and based off of X, Y, and Z, like all these things they have going on, that's who they have to prioritize. So then they're like, okay, we all know disenfranchised communities didn't have the clout to be able, not the clout, the money, let's just say, to donate to Harvard, to be able to say, hey, that's my nephew, that's my son, or whoever,
Mm-hmm.
that's my daughter, to get them into Harvard. They have to work 10 times harder, and it goes back to what we've been told our entire life.
I hear you. I think where we get it misconstrued is that we're talking about education. They're in the field of education. That's what Harvard does. But
Yes.
they are a business. In
They-
my mind,
they are.
Like
They
I'm
are.
starting to realize that
Yep.
as I'm older. They are a business.
Mm-hmm.
One, they're private, so they're
They
not
are
funded
private.
by the state.
Yep.
And when you have an entity like that,
You can do what you want.
you can. And it's like they have the superlatives. Like they're that creme de la creme, right? It's like no different than you wanting to get into the NFL, unfortunately.
Dude, you took the words right
It's
out of my
like-
mouth.
Only the good and those that are fortunate are going to get to that level.
But to
Yeah.
be 15% African American is goddamn high.
It is.
What
And I
is
don't know how
their
many.
What is their
I think they got
total
like
enrollment?
1,000.
What's their total enrollment?
Don't know,
Hold
but
on.
I
What
looked
about
at the totals. It's like 1,000 black students that go there,
Okay, I would say
roughly in there.
But I was so that means they're probably around like 30,000 students.
I think you're right. Around that is probably right.
23,000.
23. So 23,000, 15% African American. I think
Yep.
that's pretty. In Massachusetts, Ivy League, I think that's pretty good.
That's fair.
Yeah,
But that's
fair.
Harvard. We're not talking about all the other Ivy League schools. And quite frankly, Ivy League schools don't really matter.
They don't.
No, I'm saying like it's cool, but like
I agree. So let's talk about that,
yeah,
because I think definitely when you go there, I think you're really paying for what you alluded to earlier.
Is
in pre-production,
relationships.
Is relationships,
Mhm.
right? I'm surrounded by the top 1% in the world, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. But look at you. Did you go to Ivy League?
no.
And I would say where you're ended up in your life at this moment,
Mm-hmm.
you're top 5%.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Same for me. Top
agree.
5%. I went to public school. You went to public school. You know,
But you went to a really good private school.
I
for
did
college.
For college,
Yeah.
yeah. But I played basketball to get there. You know,
Sure. There's another dynamic that goes into this. Can I go back to the application process real quick? Just real quick.
yeah.
So, you can't check this box to say this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But you can talk about who you are in the essay.
Yes.
What happens when you can't describe who you are?
That's crazy.
So it's going to get there. Is that?
No, not
It'll
immediately.
probably get there, but no, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
That'd be an ill rubric to say. Okay.
ChatGPT, write me an essay for Harvard.
No. I'm just saying like a rubric for a person that's sitting there looking at a criteria to let a kid in.
So then
and you have to just write totally about who you are, but how can you write about who you are without describing your cultural experiences?
Sure.
That's what I mean.
Like, and it's like, okay, this person's black, this person's Latino.
So
this
Sauce,
person's
can
Asian,
I
this
give you
person-
one more?
But you still get to put like your transcripts got to go on there
Sure. Let me give you one more.
and your SATs, all that.
It's a fact in our community. What are let's just say the sport, like extracurricular activities, and specifically sports that we engage in?
Which sports or
Yeah.
just
What if I say, hey,
Football,
I like
basketball.
basketball, I like
Football,
football.
basketball, even throw out
baseball,
But then when you think into high class, lacrosse, hockey, like all these
the-
other different sports
golf, maybe.
golf that are very high priced that a lot of times our communities cannot afford.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I'm saying as a student of color, if I'm trying to get into Harvard, I'm just overthinking it, and I'm sitting there trying to write my essay, and I'm trying to like, how do I make this as
authentic.
generic? How do I make it as
Mhm.
generic and palatable
That was a good
as I
word.
can?
Absolutely.
I could have a 4.0, right? But then can I really talk about? I mean, I grew up on the Holly. My mother was a crackhead.
It's true.
No, absolutely.
My dad wasn't there, but despite all of that,
That's a
I
compelling story right there.
transcended all of that to become a 4.0 student that graduated from Mullen High School.
And then they look at your
Yeah.
zip code on
And
like where your application is. and
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
No,
and
I
they're
agree.
like, oh, he or she's black.
So that's what I'm saying. Then you get back to the actual process and the committee that is then having to vet, like looking at that, right? And putting it against other stories. And
So what do you say? Like my
somebody's
mother
going to
was-
have to relate to that.
So-
Somebody might not relate to that and be like, yo, we can't have this person in
Yeah.
here because all they heard was crackhead.
Yeah.
No, seriously, though.
No,
But
so
that's
how
all
do
they
you
heard was
frame
crackhead.
say my mother was a schizophrenic. like,
Right.
Like, look, man, mother was a schizophrenic. My father was
Got over opioids
Yeah.
or
my
was
fa-
on
yeah,
opioids
yeah,
or
my
something like
father
that.
My father was on opioids. I went to Mullen High School. Like
Right.
those little like
created
if
my
we're
own
looking at
startup.
faceless, if we're looking at it faceless, right? And you have to figure out a way to write a paper to just finagle your way into a school that makes you appear more white. And if you want to identify yourself with white problems, like that's ill.
No, I agree.
Sauce, you
That's
hit
very
the nail
ill.
on the head, dude.
Absolutely, man. I think that's crazy.
This podcast.
crazy.
Bussin'.
Because that takes me back to like the success that we've all had, and we didn't go to a private school.
Yeah.
And then if you really look at it, I don't know what the percentages might be, but I mean, what was that?
That shit was loud as hell.
It was
My phone.
like if we were to compare us to somebody that went to a Ivy League, like where would we pan out in that spectrum?
There's no data. Please look, y'all. Look
Like, do
this
you
up.
think we would be on the bottom?
No, we'd be in the upper middle. There's no data that says because you go to an Ivy League school, you're gonna be more successful than someone that doesn't. I don't know if y'all know this. No, I didn't send it to y'all. Wade just got promoted to
Congratulations to Wade.
no to the VP or excuse me.
He was VP.
Yeah, so he's the head of all inclusion for Netflix
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Nice.
Like
Round of applause for
literally,
Ray. No,
just
for
happened
real.
the other day.
That's awesome.
No, that's a shout out. The dude went to Weber State.
That's what I mean. I totally agree.
But so let's be fair. Is he benefiting from being black?
No,
That's the real
no,
question.
no, because we all know. Like I think
I
that's
think
a
that-
real- that's a real question.
This right here's no knock on Wade.
No, I think it's a great, but no, it's and I'm not coming from a biased perspective.
Right.
Wade was on this show.
Yeah.
You heard him talk,
Yes.
and it's his experience, is the intersectionality of like.
Oh no,
who
he definitely
is.
worked hard to
No,
get
no,
where
no.
he's at.
It's no. I'm not taking.
But I think
not a thing away from Wade, right? Nothing. I'm not taking anything away from Wade.
But you're saying if
Wade
that
is
did that
brilliant.
door open just because,
You're a
like that first opportunity.
black homosexual man.
But he
No, I'm just saying.
no, I know, and
Nothing about what he brings to the table because Wade is brilliant.
No, he is, and that's what I'm saying. He's brilliant, and I would say, I don't know that I recognize Wade's brilliancy. Is that a word?
Brilliance.
Brilliance.
Yeah.
Brilliancy.
Yeah, my bad.
Electricity.
I don't know that like 20 years ago when we were in college
Yeah.
that I recognize that. This dude is putting work.
No. This
absolutely.
is like
You just don't get to that level and not do the work.
He's done the work.
Hey,
I just
his
think with
first
code-
corporate job. That's his first corporate job.
Yeah, so it's not about what I'm not speaking to the work.
I know you're not.
I'm speaking to a DEA with diversity, equity, and inclusion position.
Yo,
Black gay man on the face of it. Insert here.
so then what would you say about his previous
Yeah.
boss who was a heterosexual black female?
Heterosexual black
Female.
Insert here.
Can you insert? You can insert anything but white into that
white
position.
heterosexual man over diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Hey,
It doesn't look the same
It doesn't.
as
Yeah.
black heterosexual woman,
Sure.
black gay man, Hispanic gay man, Hispanic heterosexual
no, I'm
man,
with you.
Good point,
Hispanic heterosexual female, Pacific Islander gay woman. Like anybody of color that checks those boxes in a diversity, equity, and inclusion space,
Insert here.
insert here. You cannot. It just would not on its face. It would not look. It would make your company look disingenuous if you had a white heterosexual man over that position. You can have a white woman over that position before you can have a white heterosexual.
Completely
man over that
fair.
position. And this is zero takeaway from Wade. I said right next to Wade, one of the most brilliant, understanding, open-minded. I'm not gonna even say articulate, man. Dope individuals that we had on our show.
Absolutely.
And
Out the way, man.
I've seen it, and I've heard it in person. This is no takeaway from what he can do and who he is as a person. This has everything to do with the state of the society, and we have to put faces on things.
Nicely said.
No, I'll stay there. That was great.
That was great.
Hey, thank you.
Man, yo, shout out to Wade. Much
No,
love to
dude,
Wade.
like this dude, we
Much
were
love to
texting
Wade.
back when he. Hey, let me throw a shot at Wade real quick. I was like, I called him and it went straight to voicemail, and then I text him, like the next day, like let's call it 12 hours later, and I'm like, yeah, he texts me. He texted me the article about him getting promoted, like the head of DEI.
Oh, what a narcissist.
No. Like he did it.
Look what I did, yo.
No.
Check me out. No,
So
I'm
in
joking.
hindsight, he didn't even know I called him.
Got him.
This dude was like, yeah, I'm on a mini vacation. I'm like, okay, where you at? He's like, France. Who goes on a mini vacation to France?
Wade,
Yeah,
that's
I
about
told
right.
you.
That's
But
about
you know,
right.
his partner's from France.
That's what I'm saying. That's
but
about
like,
right.
He's
who goes
stunting
to
on you.
LA to France on a mini vacation?
Birds of a feather.
Wade,
Wade Davis.
Birds of a feather.
head of DEI. Is
Amen.
that the
Man,
title?
and we were just
I
talking
don't,
about.
no, it's the head of inclusion. At
Head of
Netflix.
inclusion
so in the-
at Netflix.
So the
Shout
funny,
out.
So the funny thing about it, it's funny you bring up Wade, 'cause we were literally just talking about Wade before the pod started. So shout out to you, Wade. We heard that Netflix is coming up with a restaurant.
I had no idea.
So the first thing that came
Yeah.
up, the first thing
That's
that came
what
up,
Jaden said.
the first thing that came out of my
Michael,
mouth
sorry.
is I said, yo, we got to hit up Wade to see if we can get on that list.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really? Where? That makes sense. That's where he is.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's get on the list. I would like, me. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. No, I would go to that.
You would
Wade,
go to
I
that?
want the.
Anywhere they eating, you going.
Hey,
He don't want to pod there,
no,
but he
hey,
like, yeah,
no,
we
I'll
eating,
pod-
yo.
No, I'll pod.
Are we eating? I don't want to pod in LA,
No,
but if
no.
we eating, no,
I'm
I'm good. Yeah.
How many courses we gonna have?
6.
At least.
No dessert.
Be there
Man,
for
it's just
3
for-
hours.
Man, and just for context, so the listeners could just know how dope Wade is we can have this total conversation right smack in front of him.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And he would totally engage, he would understand, and he would feel what we're saying.
And he would
Absolutely.
he would embrace it, and he would push back.
Exactly, he would,
Yeah.
but he'll push back the same way you did.
This
So shout out to Wade,
podcast, bussin',
friend of the
bussin'.
show for sure.
Absolutely. We put a whole segment on Wade. That's how how great he is.
Man got
No,
double
man,
interviews.
He
he's
ain't
just,
even here.
He's just good peoples,
Yeah.
man.
He is.
Yeah.
Not much else to talk about, y'all. I do want to say one thing though. All right,
Ocean Gate, man. Can we close with Ocean Gate?
we could close
But lighthearted Ocean Gate, not heavy.
heavy.
You got enough time?
A bullshit.
Bullshit.
A bullshit.
Look at me fumbling.
A bullshit.
That's what they did. They fumbled the the water. Yeah. Let's talk about Ocean Gate.
Can I give you one thing real quick? Oh, go. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, go.
Go ahead, man. What were you gonna say?
No, I got ahead of myself.
What were you gonna say? Is it about Ocean Gate?
Yes.
Yeah. Open this up.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
that
Open
dude's
this
wide
up.
open. That dude's wide open. So one thing that, like, I
Can you
just
give me something to wipe this up, Jalen? I'm sorry. I got this.
here it goes again.
Yeah. Wipe
So
this up.
you-
And say wipe this up.
open this up and wipe it up.
God, Courtney, you're so immature. No, you know one thing that I did some research on when we were talking this week, and Ocean Gate. I researched a couple scientists on YouTube,
Okay.
and the scientists on YouTube were saying there's a couple things that were really alarming about Ocean Gate. Number one,
Just come on. Yeah.
they had a specific sensor
sir.
on the vessel that is completely separate from everything inside. So when they talked about they lost communications on, like, what was that, Sunday or Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever day it was, they knew, like, it was a wrap.
Immediately. Yeah.
Like, because when this thing was gone, this capsule was gone that gave pings to, you know, the things to know that, like, hey,
The location.
yeah, we exist, because it had to get back up too. In order to get back up, like, you know, you can go that way, like up that way, but it was like almost like a navigation system in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, like this dude said, once that was gone, he said he knew. And he was like, the American government, well, I don't want to say the government, but like it was essentially the government because it's the military and all that. He was like, it was a wrap. They knew as soon, like 3,500 feet, when they lost communications, it was a wrap. Or 3,500 meters, I'm sorry.
3,500 meters, got it.
Which is 10,000, let's call it 12,000 feet.
Gotcha.
Man, so for me, man, I just think, would any of us on the show get on that boat?
Oh, bullshit.
So
no.
I was thinking, man, we was kind of talking in our little our pre-production meeting about Ocean Gate, man. We kind of talked about it last week. I said, you know, if Damo's CEO came to him, it's like, look, Damien, yo, I just love what you're doing with diversity, equity, and inclusion. Dude, you're doing an awesome job, man. You are really bringing our company together. I just really want to reward you, man. Dude, everybody's telling me how great of a personality you are, man. You're just such a little teddy bear. Yo, I have this wonderful trip. It's with this company called Ocean Gate. You know, don't even worry. I got you. It's 300. It's just 300,000. You don't have to pay
250.
300,000 because we're getting the 2 front seats. I know you need a room. So I'm going to pay the extra 50 so you have a little more leg room in the sub.
Right. The exit aisle.
Yeah.
Little snacks, little Debbie's, and little savories on the side for you. So. What do you think? Damo's taking that trip, dude.
Absolutely not.
Damo's like,
No, I'm not.
sign me up.
The bullshit.
T-shirt.
Dude,
You
like,
buoyant too, so I feel like
I
you
am
would you would last longer than the average.
I'm
Motherfuckers' heads be popping and Dabo be like, "What's going on? I don't understand."
We're going to be the first.
Hard pass.
Body's still intact, like
We're
a
gonna be-
like a sperm whale.
hard pass.
We're going on a maiden.
Hard
Deep
We're-
pass.
dives.
We're going on a maiden version.
A maiden voyage.
We're going on a
if
maiden
the
voyage.
average guy can dive 10,000. This man right here is at least 20.
Oh,
If
no, he
I'm
ain't gonna make it that far.
No,
He too
wait,
buoyant.
no.
He too
Yeah, if
buoyant.
I'm
He can't
buoyant, I
be. He can't be
can't go
buoyant and
down.
get below. Get
Well,
below 20,000.
No, you could do it. Oh, you would have just took us back up.
Damo is going on that
We would have been
trip.
there. We couldn't go down.
Damo is going on that trip.
No, I'm not, Courtney.
Yes, you are.
No,
Right.
I'm not.
Because I know you. You going.
I'll
would
go.
force-
I'll go up,
You'd be
but I'm
forced
not
to
going.
go?
The ocean is.
I'm with Cole on that.
We're going on a maiden
What?
on a maiden voyage.
I
and
think you would
look,
go.
look, Damo.
feel like-
Here's what makes it so great. We're going to be the first, and we might be the last.
Because you're a company guy. Like, you come in here just screaming the company. Like, you're all about the company. I think you would feel the peer pressure
All right.
and have to go in
Can
there.
I tell y'all real talk why I wouldn't go?
Because I've seen you in action,
Yeah, you have.
like with your
So-
friends.
So can I tell y'all why I wouldn't go?
You asked to put the T'Challa license plate on.
No.
Put the Black Panther.
No.
Hey, sir, can I put T'Challa on the ocean?
Can I tell y'all why I wouldn't go?
Why?
Because I shit too much. They don't have.
Oh, yeah, they just had a bedpan. Like, it
Yeah.
was just crazy.
I shit too much.
Man, to be next to that CEO, man, you hold it.
No.
He would.
I ain't squeezing the booty cheeks under the ocean, dude.
Thanks, sir. This is an awesome opportunity. I thought I would never get this chance to be with you, but
Hard pass. Hard
this is
pass.
definitely a good one-on-one. Like,
Hard
You know Susie.
I've been dying
They were
to pick your
supposed to be
brain.
down there for like 5 or 6 days.
You know Susie in accounting.
Yeah.
Like, dude, 5 or 6 days.
Hey, sir.
I told you about that time he introduced me to his neighbors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he turned it on, didn't he?
What?
He turned it on.
He did. Can I tell that story?
Sure.
So,
Tell your version.
no, I'm telling the real version. So anyway, I go to Damo's house.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in the Southlands. What's the name of the Black Creek?
Doesn't matter.
That sounds about
Okay,
right.
he's out there. He's out there.
Black Creek.
Earl, what the fuck you laughing at?
Black Sand Creek, one of those. We out there. He calls me out because this is Damo. He just, hey man, you should come out. We should bond a little bit. Let's have a one-on-one. Let's
don't
talk
need to
about
bond
that.
with your
Let's
ass.
talk about the pod. I come out there. We have a great conversation. He's showing me his house, which is lovely. Gave me some inspiration. Shows me the patio. Just had it done. I'm not gonna say how much it was, but showed me the patio, how much space, the sound system. He had his little green egg or red egg, one of them. Showing me where he likes the savory snacks. So I'm out, about to leave. As I'm leaving, hey Damo, who you got with you? Got his neighbors, right? His white neighbors across the road. You know, that's how they do out there, having a good time, drinking, enjoying the weather. He's like, yeah, man, just come over there with me, man, so I can introduce you to my neighbors. As we're walking over there, he starts changing his strut. It went from that, that wide walk to that standing up straight,
Up there
a
clenching
little
his booty
jolly.
cheeks.
What?
That didn't
Tight
sound
jeans.
like me.
Clutching the booty cheeks.
That doesn't even sound like me.
We get over there. They're like, hey, Damo, introduce us to your friend. Who is this? He's like, this is Jay. We do a pod together. Oh, you got a podcast? You didn't even tell me about that. Damo, what's going on? So we're over there. Damo changes his whole speech. He's talking about things I don't even know about.
Rhubarb.
Yeah, man.
I got a rhubarb tree.
You sparking up the green egg today? I mean, it's that kind of day. What are we doing?
Motherfucker, you know that's a lie.
Yeah, he was over there showing me off,
Man, you
y'all.
ain't got the mustard greens right there.
Hey, I was showing you off because you're gonna be back over there laying down bricks here in a couple weeks. I've
introduced me
been
to his
working
friends.
on the railroad.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was
boy.
funny.
Damo's like the corporate life for me. I am going on there, CEO, and I'm gonna hope we get back.
Man,
I'll take
it
it.
was fun. Nah, that wasn't Damo, but a little bit, but not that much.
No,
The tone changed a little bit.
not really.
A little bit.
Not really.
It did.
Fair enough, but no.
They didn't know about the pod, and then you had a black podcast. They were like, oh, there's more of you?
Yeah. Like,
Is it all black? What do y'all talk about? Oh, just things. He didn't want to tell her, like, just things.
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, man. Nah, shout out to Uncle Damo for...
Oh, we're a
being
variety
this way.
show.
Oh, man, it's Uncle Damo. This
All right, y'all. Great pod. Before we close up, I want to say thanks to Jason for coming down. Awesome to see your
hey,
support,
you
man.
see his lips popping like, like the chicks when they be twerking and their booty cheeks be popping. That's how his lips look eating that pizza.
Eating that pizza. He is. He can't say shit. Appreciate the support,
this
y'all.
podcast
Speaking of
bustin'
support, real quick, yo, as far as our podcast, things have been going great.
Yeah.
Right? We got interns now. Jalen, Michael, thanks for being a part. Y'all finally got y'all's check, right? The check cleared.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because
They don't want to buy no dinner.
they didn't want to do a lot of work until that check cleared. They were like, I'm going to show up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yo, I'm not doing too much until the check cleared.
Holding out.
Yeah.
Holding out.
But if you look at us now and where we're at when we started the pod, like we're in a different space right now. We got a lot of supporters out there. But I would like to say, yo, if you don't listen or you don't watch, don't pretend like you do, because it looks bad. I have people approaching me saying, yeah, I know y'all doing great things, which is awesome. But then they try to call out episodes, things that we haven't said, things that we haven't done. And it feels a certain way when you do that. You know, just be honest. Like, hey, I haven't caught an episode. I want to catch y'all out. Where can I find you? Or just be like, hey, I like what y'all doing. Keep it moving.
Yep.
But don't sit up there and say, yeah, I watched the episode, you know, and they saw some IG clip, you know what I mean? And they don't explain that right. You know, if you support from afar, we love it. If you listen once and you're a last time listener, we love that too. But just be honest with us in the feedback. That's all I'm asking for. All right? These brothers work hard. Don't ridicule them. Don't act like you watching when you don't, because it looks bad. All right? We working hard out here. We're in our 100th and what episode, Cole?
I've lost count.
14.
14.
I don't even count no more.
We're getting great guests. You know what I mean? You just can't. Right. And we in a space where you just can't, you know, you just can't come on the show, like stuff like that. You know, just let us work a little bit and support us in different ways. So,
Yep.
This.podcast.
We love y'all, man.
We love y'all. We love first time and last time listeners. Let's go.
This podcast, bussin'.
What else you got? You never stumble upon the unexpected if you stick to the familiar. So go out there and
Find your CEO.
find your CEO.